The mundane and predictable 9-to-5 world we live in leaves us feeling safe and secure. But if you peel back the surface just a little, you'll quickly find that things are not so easy to understand and predict. Take our forests and national parks, beautiful landscapes that are excellent choices for vacations, where individuals or families hike and camp and enjoy nature. There are also stories about these parks, stories of people who have gone in and never come back out, stories of extensive searches being performed, yet the victims are either never found again or found many miles away from where they disappeared. This group of stories can often defy logical explanations and are known as the missing 411. The missing 411 is a very large topic in and of itself and can fill the content of many videos. But tonight we'll explore 4 mysterious accounts where the legend of Bigfoot intertwines with these vanishings. Could this elusive creature be responsible for the disappearances, or is there something even more sinister at play? Our first case takes us to the Pacific Northwest. Its forests are ancient, vast, and shrouded in mystery. Among the towering trees and shadowed undergrowth, legends whisper of a creature, elusive, colossal, and terrifying. But in December of 2024, the pursuit of this legend led 2 men into the heart of darkness from which they would never return. On Christmas Eve, 2 men aged 37 and 59 from Portland, Oregon, fueled by fascination and determination, ventured into Washington's Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. Their mission? To find evidence of Sasquatch, the legendary Bigfoot. They left behind their vehicle near the small community of Willard, Washington, and disappeared into the wilderness. When they failed to return, a family member reported them missing in the early hours of Christmas Day. A massive search ensued. Over 60 volunteers, canine units, drones, and even the U.S. Coast Guard scoured the unforgiving terrain. Freezing temperatures, relentless snow, and treacherous landscapes hampered their efforts. For 3 grueling days, the forest kept its secrets. Then deep within the woods, searchers made a chilling discovery: the lifeless bodies of the 2 men. The official cause? Exposure to the elements. But questions linger. The Gifford-Pinchot National Forest is a known hotspot of Bigfoot sightings. Over 700 reports have been documented in Washington state alone. Did these men encounter something beyond their understanding? Something that led them deeper into the wilderness, away from safety? Imagine the scene. The sun sets, darkness envelops the forest, and unfamiliar sounds pierce the silence. A snap of a twig, a low growl, the feeling of being watched. Did they realize too late that they were not the hunters, but the hunted? The forest is a place of beauty, but also of secrets. As night falls, the line between reality and legend blurs. The tragic fate of these 2 men serves as a stark reminder. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. Our next case is the disappearance of Thelma Pauline Melton. In September of 1981, 58-year-old Thelma Pauline Melton was hiking with friends in the Great Smoky Mountains, an area with a long history of Bigfoot sightings. She was an experienced hiker who had walked this trail countless times before, but on this particular afternoon, something was different. As she walked slightly ahead of her group, Thelma rounded a bend in the trail and simply vanished. Her friends reached the spot just moments later, expecting to see her up ahead, but she was gone. No struggle, no sounds, no evidence of an animal attack or human abduction. Search teams combed the area for weeks but found nothing. Locals later whispered of strange guttural growls heard in the area around the time Thelma disappeared. Some believe she may have encountered something she simply wasn't meant to see, something that took her to a place inaccessible to the rest of us. Our final case takes us to the crazy mountains of Montana. remote, unforgiving, and steeped in legend. But what happened to Aaron Hedges in 2014 is something beyond a simple case of getting lost. Some say it was exposure. Others whisper of something watching from the tree line, something that doesn't want to be found. Aaron Hedges was an experienced outdoorsman. He had been hunting these mountains for years, but on September 5th, 2014, he would step into the wild and never return the same. He was on a routine hunting trip with two friends when he decided to take a detour. His goal was simple: retrieve supplies from a pre-stashed cache. But something was off. His GPS wasn't working properly. He was moving away from the agreed-upon route. His friends didn't know it at the time, but Aaron was already lost. For 3 days, Aaron sent brief messages over his radio, but his voice sounded confused and distant. Then the radio went silent. A massive search party scoured the area, trained search and rescue teams, helicopters, and even tracking dogs. No footprints, no struggle, just nothing. Then, almost a year later, his boots were found, perfectly placed, no signs of struggle, his backpack untouched, miles from where he was last seen. And then they found him, or what was left of him. His remains were discovered 11 miles away from where he vanished, in an area that had already been searched multiple times. His rifle never found, his clothes missing. But the strangest part, he was found in a place he should never have been able to reach on foot. Locals say something must have taken him there. The crazy mountains are known for more than just disappearances. Over the years, strange sightings have been reported. Large, hairy figures moving just beyond the tree line, strange howls in the night, and an unsettling feeling of being watched. Did Aaron succumb to these elements, or was something else stalking him in the wilderness that night? Some say it was just bad luck. Others believe the mountains have their own guardians, and sometimes they don't let people leave. The missing 411 cases present a terrifying puzzle. What makes these disappearances so disturbing is the lack of logical explanation. Victims vanish in an instant. Their bodies are sometimes found miles away in places no human could have reached alone. And in many of these cases, reports of strange creatures in the area surface around the same time. Could Bigfoot be responsible for these disappearances? If so, is it a territorial predator taking those who venture too close? Or is it something more, something beyond our understanding? Some theorists believe Bigfoot is a flesh and blood animal, an undiscovered species with intelligence and strength far beyond what we can imagine. Others suggest a more paranormal explanation, that Bigfoot might be an interdimensional being, able to slip between worlds, explaining why it's never conclusively caught. There's also the unsettling theory that these disappearances are not random, that something or someone is choosing specific individuals for reasons we cannot comprehend. Could these missing 411 cases be connected to something lurking in our forests, watching from the shadows? Perhaps the most unsettling question of all is, if these people were taken, how many more have disappeared without anyone ever knowing? And with that, friends, I leave you with these parting words. Be careful where you wander. You never know what could be watching.